Welcome back. So, I had so much fun doing yesterday's reading, I felt like I wanted to do another one today. And, today was a pretty interesting day because there were some things that were made apparent to me that, I guess I didn't really notice before about, the people I work with, the people I work around. I guess intentions of people, right? What are their intentions? So karmic people, let's see, karmic people, karmic dynamics, they want to keep you small, put you down, make you not believe in yourself, not know how powerful you are. They will, like we've been talking about the jealousy thing. If somebody's jealous of you, they're first, especially if they can't get to you. So if they're doing all the usual freaking things to run in circles around you and try to piss you off and it's not working, they can't get to you, then they start slandering and talking bad about you and trying to make people dislike you, pointing out every single thing that you do wrong. This behavior is a waste of time, A, and B, they could be working on themselves and becoming the person that they're meant to be. Then they wouldn't hate you so much. They wouldn't have to deal with these emotions because they'd be creating who they want to be and they'd be too busy to worry about that. Okay? But, so there's people, and this is off topic. I think the people I work with are good people. I don't think they have bad intentions, but I found a bag of drugs in the bathroom, and I don't feel like I could have given that to anybody without them being tempted into it. I was like, I'm just gonna throw this away. I don't really think that, I don't know what would have happened, but I just didn't want to be the reason why anything happened like that. So no, thank you. I'm just going to throw it away, and I would hate to have given that to someone and then see them all all uppity, and I'd be like, oh, I know why. So I'm very observant and I can tell these things. I can tell when people go into the bathroom to do drugs. It's kind of obvious. I guess not to everybody, but I'm not going to be an enabler. I definitely don't condone it. I definitely believe humanity is greater than that. I think that it really affects your mental. It really affects your physical, obviously, your physiological, huge. And it also drops you into fear. So, and guilt, remorse, because you feel like, I don't know if anybody who's doing drugs actually wants to do them. Or maybe they do, I don't know, but I would imagine they feel guilt about who they could be opposed to who they are. Especially if they're doing it at work. Anyways. Okay. I'm going off on tangents now. Okay, so over here, I was talking about the situation that happened at work that was very interesting to me. And the fact that I literally think that I was the one who was put there to see that situation for a reason, because how many people would have thrown it away? I don't know. But I I would. And I did. So it just goes to show me that I can trust myself so much, and that also, like, I'm just like a trustworthy, honest person. And I mean, I knew that before, but it also just like instilled that in me. Like, I am ready to be a leader. I have leveled up. The universe has been helping me with this up level for quite some time, and it's coming on intensely, strongly, and I'm ready for it, and I am. And I'm tired of playing small. I'm tired of being scared. I am worthy of leading. I believe that. I see that in myself. Anyways, back to the karmics. They will question your character. They will make other people question your character. They will spend their time doing this because obviously they're not going to do their inner work. Why would they? No, they want to be liked, but at the expense of you being disliked, right? So they'll say things to people like this one girl back a while ago. I was at the time looking for love. Like, that's what I was finally feeling ready. Like, yeah, okay, I'm at a good place. I'm ready to open up to somebody. It's like 3 years ago. And so I went to the bar with her, and then we were drinking, and like we met some guys, and I was like, oh, what do you think about that guy? And she's like, oh, you should totally go for it. And like, I did, and he's like, I have a girlfriend. And she knew that because she was friends with him. And she would do that often. She would tell people things about me to make them not like me, and then she would tell them, if you're going to be friends with her, you can't be friends with me. Like, that kind of shit. So people who like are jealous and then do that, that's like control, manipulative, all this stuff. And what was I getting at here? They'll tell lies about you. They'll slander your name so that people don't want anything to do with you, even if they... But, it's also that person's fault, because why would that person just, like, willingly believe somebody without getting to know you themselves, to see that for themselves, what they think? Because that's what I do. Like, a billion people can tell me they don't like this person, but I still need to see for myself what I decide. So that's what another thing, karmics will have bad intention. They'll want to see people suffer. They'll want to see bad things happen to people. They might even like start it, like somebody back in the day that didn't like me called CPS on me. Like, I was at Chuck E. Cheese with my daughter. I was like, I was at Chuck E. Cheese with her right now. There was nobody screaming in the house because my roommate called me and was like, hey, the cops are here, or whatever, CPS is here. So they'll do shit like that to try to hurt you. They want to see you hurt. They want to see you weak, tired. They want to see you giving up, not believing in yourself or humanity. And you will be annoyed by this. When somebody's trying to intentionally harm you, you have spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Make sure you're calling them in. Guides, angels, ancestors. Please make sure that nothing can come into my field that is not of unconditional love and light. So people's negative energy will bounce off of that. All energy goes back to the sender with love and light, or back to source. It's whatever it is. You can say with love and light, but at the end of the day, spirit's going to decide what happens to somebody who's wishing ill on other people. And a lot of times it's occurring karmic debt. If you're lying, you're cheating, you're stealing, you're being manipulative, and you're committing crimes against people who are also people who are on the divine path. It's not just, like, obviously unconscious people too. If you're committing harm, what do you think happens via the law of attraction? If I'm putting out harmful things, then that's going to come back to me. If I'm trying to make somebody lose people in their life, then I'm going to experience loss in my life, you know. Spirit guides and ancestors do not play at the expense of your protection, especially when you're on a mission, very important and spiritual. Okay? So you better believe that you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is make sure the energy doesn't touch you, wrap yourself in source light, say your mantras like, you know, no negative harm can be done to me. Especially when you raise your vibration to a certain frequency, it's going to be repelled off your, it's like once you're at a certain vibration, there is a force field around you, and so nothing negative like really gets in. It just either A, bounces off, or B, because I use the violet flame to also as my shield, then that will be a way to transmute it. And that's not just from them. If I'm experiencing negative energy as well, I set the intention that if anything out of me negative comes, then it transmutes into unconditional love and light. So, as much as you want to see something happen to a karmic that's doing this to you, do not engage. Do not engage. You have worked too hard in your honesty, your integrity on your path to get to where you are, and you cannot let something like this. It's just like, just think of it as a test from the divine, okay? And then sometimes the divine will literally elevate you and uplift you to show this person that you can't do shit. Okay, you know what? You want, you know, divine feminine or divine masculine, down and out. Well, watch them rise now. And then, boom, your freaking guides send you a glow up. And then you're in front of that person like, hey, I'm glowing. I bet you didn't know. Especially not, because they're trying to harm you. And then they get even more angry. But that's on them. That's all very karmic behavior. And it needs to be addressed and healed. If you're a karmic watching this, try my chakra challenge. Try my chakra challenge. You just might change. But if you've acquired already karmic debt, karmic retribution will be paid. And I'm not saying like, okay, being overly nice to people is not what I mean. Stand up for yourself still. You still need to be like, I'm not saying go out of your way to stand up to this person. Okay, if somebody tells somebody something and they say that to you, you say, well, actually, this is how it is, or this is what happened. And you don't need to talk shit. You just need to blatantly state what's happened and why this person, I don't know. You don't need to be talking shit. Just say, and then people can decide for themselves. You don't need to be attached to how people think about you. Stand up for yourself if they're coming right at you and be like, I'm so sorry you feel that way. I have shit to do now, or like whatever you do. Or, you know, if they won't leave you alone, just be like, can you please back up? Or like whatever it is. Just stand up for yourself. Don't be overly nice to these people. Okay? Just continue to work on your path. Also, don't try to, you know, belittle them. Don't try to make them feel bad. When you want to hurt somebody, that's gonna like occur karma. You don't want, and also you don't want to hurt people. You're just upset. You know, revenge is a nasty thing. As somebody who has been down a revenge road, it is a waste of time. It is a waste of energy. You don't need to be trying to get revenge on people, because the thing that you're mad about, it's just something that was meant to happen because you're not destined to be in that situation. So if someone's mad about how I'm showing up, and a lot of times it's because of their insecurities. So they're mad about how I show up because they don't show up in the same way. And now that's highlighted to them, right? So then they blame you, but it's like, no, it's your fault that you're not showing up that way. You could do everything, you can do the work or all the things, but you're not doing it, and instead you're just being mad. Like, so now you're wasting your energy on anger. Go fucking do something that you want to do. Go fucking create something that you want to create, and stop obsessing over somebody else, because that's disgusting. Okay. That was just a message to start with. 15 minutes in. That was just a 15 long message to start with. I'm like, I want to go to the gym, so like, Yesterday's was an hour and a half. We'll see what happens today. I do get carried away, but I love tarot. And I love being me. Like I said in these videos, I feel like I get to be me, like who I really am. A lot of times, you know, I'm like listening, appeasing, being kind. A lot of times I'm listening to people. Sharing about my human life. And I'm not saying my human life and my spiritual life are different. They're the same, and they're absolutely coming together in a grounder way. But the things I get to share on these videos are like things that I don't just like go out into the world talking about, and especially not tarot. And I love doing tarot. I think I want to get a booth soon, so we'll see about that. So, first off, I'm pulling Spirit Ally cards first today. So, Spirit Allies first, and you may be seeing fives a lot. 555, 55, and I'm saying this at 5:50 p.m. Which is funny. And this card is also 55. Now, 55 fives stand for imminent change, right? Imminent, like inevitable. It's going to happen. So you're changing, you're transforming, and I was getting messages earlier about divine unions coming into balance. So like karma's cleared, and then now you might start getting to know somebody that you haven't been able to before because of karmic bricks, like between you guys. And I was also getting the song Strangers in the Night by Cake. I know it's by Frank Sinatra, but by Cake. That's one of the big ones, and I feel like it's correlating with the messages I've been doing. So, I'm gonna, if you feel inclined to listen to that song, it's a great one. Strangers in the night, two lonely people, we were strangers in the night, right from the moment when we said our first hello. Little did we know, love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. Love that song. Just check it out. I hope I didn't. Okay, stop. Okay. Okay. I am balanced. Sitting at the crossroads, Libra weighs their options diligently. They're in no rush. They understand the beauty that could come from going both ways. Harmony is the key here. And Libra works to ensure that they make decisions that tip the scales in their favor. The beauty of Libra is a reminder of how important creating balance is in life. Libra understands that it's not all work and no play, but rather a mixture of work, play, rest, and rejuvenation. Libra is here to encourage you to take inventory of your life and identify the areas that need rebalancing. Success isn't so sweet or worth celebrating if it leads to burnout. Focus on living a life that brings happiness to you. In true Libra fashion, seek out what levels your scales and connects you to your higher self. What can I incorporate into my life to create sustainable balance? So, on top of that karmic message is like, okay, if you're on the divine path, if you're on the spiritual path and you're doing your work, you're showing up for yourself, you're becoming a healthier version, you're doing all the things, nobody can take your blessings away. Karmic interference can't take your blessings away. The universe blesses you and gives you abundance for showing up for yourself, right? For doing what you need to be doing on your path, on your journey. But, like everything, because I know a lot of people get worried about that, just keep focusing, keep creating, keep putting value, keep doing what you're doing, and the universe is going to deliver. And sometimes you feel like it's taking forever, then that means it's because you might not be able to receive, so you need to work on your sacral chakra, open in your heart, so you can open to the divine, the abundance, and the blessings, because some people are literally afraid of their own success. Okay? They're afraid to be successful, they're afraid of the responsibility that comes with being successful. It's a cycle, and it's just a fear to be worked through. Like, it's not that hard. So what can you do? And that's another thing I had to learn too, was that rest is really important too. Like, I was going all the time, but then, rest is just as important as creating, because that gives you the space and the energy to regroup, to let go of the prior, whatever you created or whatever you had, even like at the end of the day. When you clear out your energy at the end of the day, like, oh, I had a really good day. I interacted with a lot of people. Maybe I'm tired now. So you'll do your energy clearing, and then you just let yourself like dissipate to nothingness. Just be one with the air, dissolve and expand, and rest. Rest is so important, and a lot of us in this busy society have problems resting because overworking is glorified. Then that's another thing, is like, can you be doing what you're doing 555 on the clock? Can you be doing what you're doing without expectation? Like, not, what if you don't get anything for it? Is that going to be okay? You have to be okay with that. Do things because you love it, not because you want something. Expectations are ruiners. And I'm not saying not to expect good things. Like, if you're in fear about something, like if you're connecting with someone and you're in fear about that, what if they don't like me? What if this? What if this happens? What if that happens? Okay, well then that happens. Okay, if you guys don't work out, then you weren't meant to be, but you still gave it a shot. But always expect mutuality. So whenever you're talking with someone romantically or even in a friendship, expect that it's like from both sides, right? So they feel how I feel. And you'll have to be able to tell if they don't, if it's off. But when you start thinking that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, and they probably would never like you, then you could be manifesting a timeline that is that. So you don't want to give in to your fears and doubts. You want to make sure that okay. Also, talking with someone, being in a relationship, you don't need to always 24/7 talk to them. You don't always need to be like so clingy and attached and also think it's like the end all be all. Either I'm going to marry this person or that's it. Like, no, you had your experience, you had a good time with that experience, and now you can move on to the next thing, and maybe the next thing will be the person you marry. It doesn't always have to be the end all be all. Just enjoy people. Just enjoy people's company and enjoy that feeling, because I know that feeling doesn't come very often, and it's like, even when you try to push it down, you'll find other people around. Like, okay, so like, if you're trying to push it down because of certain circumstances, and then you're like, but it's still there, but then you like see somebody else and now you're trying to express it towards them instead, because you feel like I don't know, for whatever reason, the original person that you feel like that about, you can't express it to them, then you go ahead and you channel that energy into a different relationship with someone else. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out because those feelings aren't for that person. They're for somebody else. And you can pretend all day to be interested in somebody else, but you're not. And eventually that's going to have pent up energy in your body until you realize, like, oh, I just need to accept the feelings for who or what they are. So if you have feelings for someone, you can't do anything about it. You just accept it, and the more you accept it, the more it frees up your body, so that it frees, and then you'll realize Now that I've accepted that I have feelings for this person, this other person, when I'm around them, I really don't feel anything for them because I was projecting my feelings for the other person onto that person. So that's a little bit complicated. Hopefully you understood what I was saying. Okay, I'm not sure how to say this word, so this is a goddess. Ochiketzal? I don't know, but I'm going to read it. I see beauty in everything. Oh, right here it says pronounced Xochiquetzal. Xochiquetzal. It's the Aztec goddess of fertility and household arts, and is deeply connected to the natural world. She is often presented as a beautiful, youthful woman accompanied by a band of colorful birds and butterflies. She is also a patron saint of desire and sexual experiences, embodying the enjoyment of all beautiful things this world has to offer. You are being called to connect to the beauty and wonder that surrounds you. As the goddess of pleasure, Xochiquetzal encourages you to explore what pleasure means and embrace your sensuality. Dance and let your body move freely, and adorn it in ways that feel comfortable and vibrant to you. Encourage yourself to stand out and experience the world through new lenses. You could also spend time outside and observe the colors of nature and how lively they may be. What does pleasure mean to me? Okay, so how do you enjoy pleasure? Like, do you enjoy interacting with people? And also, like, okay, if you are like having feelings for somebody that you feel like you can't have feelings for them, I don't know, because they're in a relationship or you're in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and you have feelings for someone else, it's already over. That's the beginning. But the second part is that just because you can't do anything now doesn't mean that you won't ever be able to. So that doesn't mean you can't get to know that person and enjoy them. And the best relationships start as friendships. So how do you experience pleasure? Because I'm pretty sure it's probably not abandoning your own feelings. But also, you don't want to make things important. The less important things are, the easier things kind of flow. Nothing really has to be that important. This is just a human experience that we're having. So, it looks like you're being called to dive deeper into pleasure. What makes you feel pleasure felt? And go for that. Whether it be art, fertility is sex. Like, that's about sex. I don't know. I personally have been celibate for a long time. And I'm not going to and that's another thing about being on the divine path. You can't just have sex with anyone, like, especially if they're having sex with other people that are karmic, then, there's all kinds of energetic cords and leeching that can happen. It's like, I really have to trust someone for me to want to have sex with them, and I haven't found that yet. I haven't even kissed anyone since 2022. But I do feel like something will be manifesting. Yeah. Yeah. I'm open. So, could be about, maybe you need to think about, so maybe you need to reevaluate your relationship to sex. Like, am I having people that, like when you kiss someone and then, like, you just feel that they're feelings for you. And then you kiss someone else who might not have, like, good intentions, or they might not even really like you. They're like a player, and then you could feel that when they kiss. It feels like a dead kiss. Like, there's no emotion behind it. And then there's that, like, that person that kisses you, like, they freaking mean it, and you're like, oh my god. So do that, but with sex. Do you feel like you're just having sex to go through the motions, or because, I don't know, it's what you've always done, or whatever it is? And a lot of people in this society glorify sex. Like, they're like, the more people you can sleep with, like, the bigger your ego is, for sure, but the more cool you are to other people. It's fucking disgusting and stupid, but no, I don't believe that. So maybe it's time to reevaluate your relationship to pleasure and then find out what's going to be truly pleasure-filled in a very, in a way that's not going to be karmic, right? So you don't want, like, you don't want karmic cords attached to your sexual energy. That causes all kinds, it makes you feel drained out of your body. It makes you feel sick right below your belly button and right above your pubic bone. And then it'll also make you feel like attached to that person, and they can pull on the cord whenever you want. And it's harder to release it. So you got to do a cord cutting if you're trying to get out of that. Okay. We have the High Priestess. Harness your mystical power. Align with the light and focus on all things positive. The High Priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. She has had many names through time and space, but her essence has remained similar, fierce, powerful, and disciplined. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian, the High Priestess was in charge of spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of authority and guidance from the gods. The High Priestess in this deck is the consort and the partner of the High Priest. If you look at them together, you will see that they mirror each other's energy. She is joined by a black cat representing the Egyptian goddess, Bas, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. You are a mystic with the capacity to connect with energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There is an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you're working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you are unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it's important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you guidance that will be important for your growth. That goes like definitely about what I was saying about people who have stepped into their leadership role that aren't exactly leaderships in the material world. People that have gone through the trials and the tribulations of the divine, that have proven time and time again to be integral, to be an authoritative figure. This is what you could be, like, or you are going into, or you're doing your work. You're tapping into the divine, and you're seeing things as a different way. If you're an empath, if you can feel other people's emotions, there's a huge chance that you can feel beyond the veil as well, because that means your third eye is very lit up. It means that you're in tune, not with just self. Well, you might need to do more work to get in tune with self, because empaths usually have an overactive third eye, which is like, I'm in tune to everyone around me because I don't want to be in my body. You have to like learn how to go in your bodies and stabilize and ground. And then from a very grounded place, calling Gaia to hold you and to feel your roots going down, and then you tap in to the other side. And then you open your third eye and you tap in what's beyond the veil. And at first, since you're an empath, you'll most likely feel the energies. or you'll get claircognizance, which is just you know something and you don't know how you know it, but you know it. Okay, and then we have winter. Take care of your needs. Do everything you need to be at your best. Then move beyond your fears and limitations. For many of the animal realm, winter is a time of hibernation and retreat. You may wish to curl up in a ball too. But although you may not feel as bright as you'd like to be, a primal force within is encouraging you to continue. And this card, this card is on page 144. 144,000, that's the number of earth angels, or earth angels that need to be in divine union for the ascension of the planet. 144 is a very sacred number. The winter card features a wolf, one of a few animals that stay active all year round. Wolves know what it's like to work alone or thrive within a pack. So if you feel the need to go it alone at this time, know that wolf medicine will help you move beyond your insecurities and relax in your own space. You have an opportunity to move beyond your fears. Although you may feel in the dark, get comfortable with being in the unknown and trust that the light within you will sustain you through what may seem a challenging process. Ask yourself what you need to do to feel supported and alive. You may uncover something from your past that you have buried deep. Know that when you unearth it and shed light on it, you create space for miracles. You may feel like a lone wolf right now, but it's time for you to be the alpha. When the winter card arrives as the last card, it can also indicate the coming winter will usher in important energies with regards to your questions and intentions. All right. Winter, take care of yourself. So this is really self-care time. Really fall, you're letting go, you're purging, your Scorpio season, you're diving deep into the dark. You're making sure that your ducks are in a row, your integrity's aligned, your mind, body, soul are all aligned, that you're doing things from a pure place, and you're trying not to get caught up into the drama of the karmics, and you know what you want and you're going after it, but you cannot go after something at the expense of your well-being. Eat right, exercise. Do what you need to do to get yourself into a place that feels stable, comfortable, and healthy, because you'll start I know I said, it doesn't matter what you eat. I take that back. It matters what you eat. And eat healthy. Eat healthy. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel more open. I think I want to go into the tarot before I get those ones. All right, let's do tarot. Oh, look at there's a tiny tarot in here. Let's see what it is. Tiny tarot. Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles. That's the abundant queen. She's very abundant. As I said, you're going to be stepping into abundance. You know, it's always darkest before the light. After the storm, there's a rainbow. I don't know where you are on your storm, but I know after all the heaviness, and then you feel like you're in the pressure cooker. Oh, those times, you're like, you know something is going on, or like you're purging emotions because you don't feel good and you feel out of whack. And then you're feeling agitated and you're feeling the pressure cooker energies coming in and you're like feeling overwhelmed and you're like, oh my God. And then you try everything you do to not lash out, because obviously those energies get you uppity, and then you go work it out, work through it, do your meditations, yoga, and yeah, Tiny Tarot's fun. I don't remember what I was saying, sorry. But let's go. Let's do it. Yes. So today, I'm actually using the first deck that I ever got. It's the Badass Bitches Tarot deck. It's pretty sick. Okay, Spirit, please send us the best and highest messages for whatever lovely person's watching this today. Because they deserve everything. And when you're reforming yourself, I like to say reforming because it's like, you know, when we're bad, but really, like, we have bad intentions towards others. We don't want to see other people happy because we're unhappy. And like I said, where the space I was in, like using drugs a lot, lying, stealing, all that, I felt like I was a villain trying to reform myself. That's what I would like to think of it as. So it's not an overnight process. It's not something that just happens like in the blink of an eye. You do have to be intentional. You do have to show up. You have to work on accountability first. Be accountable for things that you say. Work on honesty. Do not do anything, like don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat. Do everything from an integral place. Operate from integrity. And it's the trials that you go through before you're anointed as a high priest or high priestess. You have to go through the trials of the, I don't know if it's like, because some people are like it's the 7 deadly sins. Some people call it the trials of the underworld, because the underworld, I think it's Agatha. I don't know. There's a world in inner earth, and that's where a lot of these beings come from. And then, you know, the core. So they're like more light beings because the core is like very much light. And so, where was I going with this? So when you're doing these things and you're becoming a reformed being, right? Like, I'm not going to operate this way anymore. I'm going to operate this way now. And, you know, sometimes you might make mistakes. You might slip up. But do not try to justify it. Do not try to justify your fucking mess ups. Just, you need to take, I'm not talking about with other people. This is an experience between you and the divine. Take accountability to the divine what you've done. Tell them you know that you've done wrong and that you're going to do it differently next time. And then show that. Then when that if and when that happens again, show up in the way that you want to and show the divine, like, I'm not ill-intended. I have good intent. I have pure intent. And you go through your trials, and it's different depending on people, but after you go through your trials and, you know, you have to do like the freaking qualifiers, preliminaries, you know, it's like freaking all the way to semifinal, finals, and you'll get there. I think my process was about 18 months. You'll get there, but that's when you get finally crowned, anointed as a leader of the new earth, like you're on your divine path, and they'll open your psychic abilities, and they'll communicate with you, and they'll want you to be of service to others. But first you have to work on you. Okay. The 9 of Cups just came out. And the 4 of Wands. Okay, but I'm gonna, since they fell out, I'm gonna reset that. But that would have meant your wish fulfillment to happy family, marriage, commitment. But I want to do it more structured, so I'm going to do it the same way I did yesterday. So let's first get the theme. Okay. Past. Present. Nice. Interesting. Best course of action. Hopes. Fears. And overall possible outcome. Okay. Okay, so for theme, we have Page of Swords. This is Gal. Gal. This gal is Wonder Woman. She insightly stands in her truth. As pages, because this is a page, they're like a child, like energy, pretty immature. She has youthful exuberance, but authentic confidence nonetheless. Bravery, confidence, risk taker. So, it's like you're stepping into your truth, okay? So let's see what we can get along with that. Stepping into your truth. That's good. Anything that you want me to... This reading is going to be about stepping into your truth. This is going to be about what's happening with you right now and your truth. So you have, that's the theme. Now what else can you tell me about this? It's feeling like, it's like you're knowing your truth. You might be irritated by it. You might be irritated by your truth. Or you feel like, yeah, I know. See, your intuition, your sacred knowledge, divine feminine energy. Also, Spirit's guiding you, for sure. Spirit is showing you things. So this is a higher wisdom. This is the High Priestess. That's literally what we got for angels and ancestors. You're being put to the tests. You're doing, I think you're going to unlock some things. And you're a little scared about it. You're a little nervous about it. And it might take a little while, but you're going to start a brand new journey. You're going to start a brand new journey. So I think that you really need to understand that once you're on this path, there is no going back. So there's nothing you can really do. Once you see something and you know what you need to do, there's nothing you can do. You're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel conflicted. You're going to feel the chaos. And you're just going to have to accept that this is the path you're on. It's the path to peace. Do you want peace? Probably. The more you fight it, the longer it's going to take. Now, in the past, you have the Three of Pentacles, which is about mastery. So it's about success. It's about building something in the physical. So you've built something, you've accomplished something, you've seen success. And so maybe that's why it's time to go inward. Like maybe you have a pretty good standing materially. So now it's time for you to go inward and to step into truth and to step into your divine power and utilize this material success that you've acquired for something bigger than yourself. Material. Let's see what else. Okay. This is just in the recent past. It's beautiful. Yeah. You have renewed hope. You're stepping into your spirituality, and it's giving you hope. And it's giving you dreams, and it's like, see how she's pouring onto, she's just pouring out. I feel like you're ready to pour out, and you're excited, and you're hopeful. And the funny thing is, the present card, the card for now, is the Star too. You're hopeful. You have renewed faith. You believe in something again. You believe in something. Yeah. You believe in justice. Like, you believe that things are going to go exactly how they're supposed to go. You're believing that the karma is going to balance itself out. You're believing that you're going to step in to something greater. Yeah, you believe that you have a calling that's much bigger. Oh my God, you believe that you are meant to do something great with somebody. And it could be something that is seen throughout the world. It could be something that it's going to help a lot of people. But you have to go within first and see how this hermit's looking at her inner light, because she knows, she's like, okay, my light's there, and this light is making me make a decision about this material success. You're going to change your perspective on some things. It's good. One more. Yeah, you're ready to cut out what's not. That's so freaking crazy. Okay, so you're ready to, you have clarity, you're clear. You're clear about what's for you, what's not for you. You know justice will be served. But the thing about justice is it also could be a legal issue. So maybe you're ready to be done with this issue. So this issue that might be, I don't know, something legal or material. But you see how justice has a sword and and the scales, so she's balancing out what needs to be balanced out. You just need to stay calm and let the universe do what it's going to do. Okay? In the future card, you have the 9 of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card, but it's in reverse. So I would like to see why it's in reverse. And this is a future potential. When I read into futures, this is a potential based on the energy you're embodying now. So whatever energy you're embodying now is going to say, yeah, okay. Lack of clarity and clouded intent. So that's why you're not getting your wish fulfilled, because you're not clear, you have no intention, you're foggy, you're doing things in the material world to distract yourself, and you're betraying yourself and somebody else. See, this is karmic behavior. This is karmic behavior. This is deception, lies, betrayal by you, by someone else. Are you planning to deceive? Well, if you're, maybe somebody else has clouded intent towards you that you're not seeing, and that's why you're being deceived. Or maybe you don't know what your intention is with somebody, and if you want to go after somebody or something and you don't have any intention behind it, especially not pure intention, the universe is not going to deliver it to you, especially if it's something that is divine, and it's like, the guides and angels are going to protect that thing no matter what. There's nothing you can do, and you might as well not waste your time trying to do that. Get clear on what you want and your intention. Don't just be fucking around to fuck around. So the Page of Swords is now almost annoying. Being excited and enthusiastic is great, but it's important to plan things carefully and set achievable goals. Being overly zealous can lead to disappointment. This charming attitude has almost turned into a manipulative mindset. This might be a reminder to be cautious of people's intentions. The past has become more important than the present. Even if looking back is great, it has to serve the present, not cloud it. With nostalgia can come a false sense of positivity. You may recall past events with an unjustified eagerness. Don't stay stuck in your own history. This is giving me a feeling of someone who's done a lot of drugs, right? So you've done a lot of drugs and you're remembering that first time that you did it, and you're still trying to reinvent that feeling that you got when you did it the first time, but it's turned south now. It's turned bad. This could be a person. Something has turned bad. And it's karmic, and somebody has bad intentions. Either you towards somebody else, or you towards yourself, or somebody towards you. Don't believe everything everyone says. You need to be mindful, clear your head, clear your mind, and realize that, not everyone does have your best interest at heart. And that's okay, because you have your best interest at heart. You don't need other ones to. It's either someone from the past, something from the past. Yeah. It's a snake in the grass. That's what I'm feeling. It's a snake in the grass. Don't be naive. You can feel when something's off. And as much as you want something to not be, or you want to stay in a dynamic that used to work, it doesn't work anymore. And you can keep trying all you want. You're going to be beating a dead horse. It's keeping you stuck. Okay, so at the best course of... Oh. So you're being indulgent, immature, and unreliable. Indulgent, immature, unreliable. Interesting. Not going to stay the same forever. Fate has something to say. The wheel's going to change. As you find yourself approaching the end of a journey, you're not finding the results that you were hoping for. Remember that we shape our expectations and are the judges of our achievements. This card can also indicate communication problems, or generational disconnection, or problems within a family. So I don't know if you're the energy that's being immature and indulgent and unreliable, but it's either you or the person that's being deceptive. Or maybe you guys are both being deceptive. Maybe you're just both very karmic. You're in a karmic entanglement. So the best course of action is to gain emotional balance. Get mature. You need to mature your emotions. You need to learn how to be cool, calm, collected, and diplomatic if somebody's acting this way, because I think it's feeling like it's somebody else. But I feel like there's a part of it that might be you too. But, so the King of Cups sits above see how he sits above the water, and he's just cool, calm, and collected. He's compassionate, he's diplomatic, he stands up for himself. And he says, I see how you're acting and feeling. I'm not going to let it affect me, because it has nothing to do with me. So, you can go ahead and act that way. And then, when you're ready to talk like an adult, you can come over here and talk to me. And the thing about that is that sometimes people aren't going to be able to do that because they don't know how to communicate like an adult. They They're immature. They're unbalanced, and they're never going to be that person that can calmly communicate. So you just have to let them be and don't let it ruin your mood. And when you do that, that's when you're going to come into your wish fulfillment. So it's about reversing this energy. You need to reverse this energy. The outside influence is judgment. Okay. Christina sits in the judge's chair on The Voice, rocking her 2003 Dirty Chaps. Judgment reminds us to make peace with the past, to not repeat the same mistakes in the future. We've already learned those lessons. This is about forgiveness and releasing the baggage of the past. And that's the outside influences. So maybe you're really upset with this person who's been this way, right? And you're feeling judgmental and harsh, and maybe you're trying to rebuke, or you're trying to make them see things your way, and it's not gonna work. Maybe that's why you're feeling like you want the beginning of this relationship, how it used to be, to come back, but that was a facade. It was deception. It was betrayal. It's never going to be that way again. You guys aren't the same people you used to be. This could also be somebody sitting on a chair judging you. You could feel judged by somebody. And even if any of that's happening, forgiveness is going to be the key here. If you're holding on to that negativity, resentment, it's not going to be good for you. It's not going to be good for anybody. You just have to move on with your life. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, balance your dark and light and move forward quickly. Because if you stay in this situation, what's going to end up happening is you're going to become very egotistical, hot-headed. You're going to... King of Pentacles reversed. So King of Pentacles is very giving, generous. So you're going to be greedy. You're going to be pissed, irritable. Yeah, you're feeling burdened, right? So that's what this is. So if this continues this way, you're going to keep feeling burdened. And you might do something you regret. You might act harshly. You might act like a dick. Okay? And then, in the hopes, we have the Emperor. Now, this means that you're hoping that you're going to boss up. You're going to fucking take charge of your life. You're about to do things your way. And you're going to do it with authority and power, but gentleness too. Right, you're going to do things that are not conventional to society. So you're going to do things your way, not how society's told you to do it, not how anyone's told you to do it, not how people that think that they have authority over you tell you to do it. No, you're going to do it your way. This is your hope. This is what you hope. And you hope that you have clear intent. You're hoping that your mental fog goes away and that you know exactly what you're going to do, and you don't have to really look at the choices because you already know. Yeah, you're getting a lot of reverse cards, so yeah, that sucks for you. When reversed, the magician becomes a trickster. She is now using her power to create illusions and lies. What you see might not be what is real. She might signify that you are getting too far from the truth, or that you are currently torn between two paths. It's time to commit and find your focus again. Perhaps you are feeling blocked in your projects, and it is time to harness your motivation and let yourself power through the obstacles. Find your focus. Find your intention. Clear intention. You're trying to sail away into a union. That's what it is. But you have lack mentality. You have... I don't know what your intentions are, but there's something that's blocking this. So maybe you don't have pure intentions. So you can work on that. That's why you're working on cleaning up your act. That makes sense. Okay, what do you fear? You fear that the universe is going to take... Yeah, you're fearing rest. You're fearing that the universe is going to take over. That the universe is going to say, well, no, this is my call. Here's fate. Boom. Something happens to you that you didn't ever expect or want. And I'm not saying that that can't happen, because the universe does step in from time to time. That's very possible. But you're afraid of rest. You're afraid of transformation. You're afraid. Yeah. You're afraid of success in love and healing burdens. You're afraid of all of it. So those are things that can be worked through. So let's look at the overall possible outcome, because it looks like, to me, you're healing your lack of mentality. You're changing your perspective about a relationship. But you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. And that's about your new passionate beginning. And so if it's in reverse, then there is no one. Yeah, uncertainty, doubt. So you're doubting your healing, and you're changing your mind up. You're changing your mind up. Okay, let's talk about this doubt. What is it? I said it wasn't going to be that long. It's freaking an hour. You're unbalanced. You're not balanced. You don't have equal give and take. There's nothing for you to go off of. You're just stuck in a rut. Yeah, you're withholding, you're holding back from other people, you're holding back from the divine, you're stuck in lack mentality, you feel like you're left out in the cold, which might not even be true. You could be leaving yourself out in the cold, and you're feeling like the world around you is leaving you out in the cold. You're focused on loss. You're depressed. You're focused on what's not going right. You're not sure about your path, even though deep down you are sure. Your intuition knows. You're doubting that. You're doubting the divine. You're doubting your life. You're just doubting. You're thinking that you're losing, like, everyone. Like, maybe you were just going to lose one person, but now you're just losing everybody. Maybe you're afraid of losing everyone. But also, there's the healing card with this. The empathy, the compassion, the nurture. It's all with this. It's like, all of this is happening, but maybe you're healing it, right? Because the King of Cups is about healing this and then changing your perspective about a relationship. So let's go to the Hanged Man. Yeah, so you're changing your perspective on holding on too tightly to things. You're changing your perspective on your ultimate happiness, your abundance, and a relationship. We got the Two of Cups again. So these are two. So it's a relationship that you're changing your mind about. What is this relationship? Like, what is the mindset change, Spirit? Something hidden. Stuck in your head about material abundance and wealth. Danger. Oh, the Hangman in reverse. You see that? So you're like, oh. You're afraid of pain. You're afraid of having nothing. You're not, it's like the energy for the change of perspective is here, and you're not letting it in. And you're like, nope. You know what? I'm not going to change shit. Okay, so then Spirit says, well, the truth is that you're going to be left out, and, like, that's it. Then you can stay in lack mentality. You can be there. That's fine. That's up to you. You know your truth. You're not having you have strength. Strength is love. Strength comes from love. You're not utilizing it. So we're trying to help you and push you through this, but you don't want it. So you're going to feel like you're left out in the cold. You're going to feel like you don't have enough. You're going to feel like you don't have enough. And you are staying there. Like that's where you've chosen to stay. In your head. It's like, it's clear as day that the only way that you can get what you want is if you go through this transformation. But you're not willing to. You're not willing to change your perspective. You're not willing to see things or people for who they are. You're not willing to get clear about your intentions. Maybe you're deceiving people. Maybe you just feel like that's just so ingrained in you that there is no way that you can change. But there's 111 on the clock right now, which says it's time to get to your soul path. You can stay in the karmic cycle, but the soul path is always going to be where you need to go. With the lovers, union, balance, harmony. Yeah. Again, withholding, rest, being harsh. Being harsh, why? Pride, ego. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Well, just because I did this reading and it came out that way doesn't mean that you have to have it go that way. You are the master creator of your own life. If you are willing to step into your transformation, reform your life, then do that. You don't have to stay stuck in what you're staying, like the mentality that you're in. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. When you choose fear, you're staying in a timeline that is not your highest timeline. Right? So you're not doing the things for yourself. You're being afraid, and you're staying small and stuck in a bubble, in a box. And love wants to come in. Love, spirit's love. You know, if it's the partner that you want, I don't know, because you can't even guarantee. I'm not saying a divine counterpart won't come in for you after you do the work, but opportunities flow when the universe wants them to. So that's all I'm going to say. I choose again. I choose love. So you choose love for self, love for humanity, love for the divine. My vibes speak louder than my words. Show up for yourself. Be accountable. Do the things that you need to do and become the person that operates from an integral place. A white witch. A white wizard. A Merlin. Energy flows where my intention goes. So if you have bad intentions or you have no intentions, then energy's not flowing anywhere. It's just scattered. You're just scattering and just like your energy's just going out or like, and it's all frayed. And so if you have no intention, or if you have bad intention, then your energy's going into negativity, which is going to come back to you via the law of attraction. Okay, I'm going to pull one. Okay, I'm going to read these and then I'm done. Patience. As I observe in nature, growth takes time. This is a time for reflection, persistence, and surrender as things unfold at their own pace. I remain calm and tolerant during any challenging times. I develop quiet hope and expectations based on trust both in myself and in a higher power. Always. See, you have to know how to trust yourself. You have to learn to calm down. I express my feelings. I allow my emotions to be fully experienced. I acknowledge feelings of grief, anger, or fear, and I make a conscious effort to express my emotions or to resolve them within myself so I can move forward freely. See, this one I feel like really goes with this reading. Like maybe you have to work through that fear, those fears. You have a lot of fears. I let the unconditional love experienced in my heart be expressed through my voice and my creativity. I let those close to me know how much I love and care for them. And that's a big one, because a lot of people in this society don't tell people that, don't compliment them, don't tell them what they mean to them, don't show appreciation towards others. And how can people do that to you if you can't even do that for yourself, or if you can't even open up and allow somebody to do that? I forgive all those who have done me wrong in the past, as well as forgiving myself, as I could not have responded in a more evolved way than I was able to at that time. And that's a great one for forgiveness of self. I always say that when I'm like, oh shit, I did that. And then I'm like, okay, I could not have acted in a more evolved way than I was able to at that time. Okay? You don't have to be perfect. Just because you're not wanting the change now doesn't mean eventually you won't. It just feels like right now is a prime opportunity to do that, and you might end up delaying yourself. You might end up putting yourself in setbacks and situations that are going to frustrate you because you're not changing, or because you're not willingly doing the work, and you know that you're in something that's not good for you, but you want to stay there. The universe wants to help you move and become abundant, but you want to stay in lack. So my advice to you is, when I was going through my first awakening and I was going through all the freaking, patterns mentally, I also was getting fucking tired of it. Like, Spirit, you want me to do this? Like, now, like, I've already done all this other shit, and, like, now this shit is still happening to me. I'm frustrated, I'm fucking tired, and I just want, like, things to go back to how they were, and I want to be peaceful, and the thing is, it'll never go back to how you were. And after you do the work, because let's be honest, when you're in that state, you don't fucking feel good in the first place. After you do all the work and you're getting those mindsets out, and you're creating new mindsets, and you're creating new self-talk, and you're becoming the person that you want to be, and you're becoming someone that's more loving to yourself and to others, that's when you're going to really find peace and happiness and joy that you hadn't had before that. Okay? So I'm going to leave it here, and I hope this helped, and maybe I'm going to do more because I really enjoy these. Thank you so much for watching.